Many students come to me and tell me that they spend too much time on the synopsis. In fact, they spend more time on the synopsis than the mock test itself. Now, when you make synopsis as a baggage, then you will stop taking mock tests regularly, and this itself will become a trap for you not to clear the UPSC Prelims 2026. And if you are one among the student, please make sure that you watch this video till the end. The first thing is understand that synopsis is not a substitute for your studies of your basic subjects. The moment you look at synopsis as a substitute, it creates a mental baggage, and that creates a pressure to read the synopsis line by line, and hence it takes more time. So first thing that you should remove from your mind is basics are important, and I'm going to study the basics from the basic notes that I have, and synopsis is going to just complement my knowledge and not substitute what I'm going to study for basics. The next is how to go about studying the synopsis. Now look at it. Once you have taken the test, you have now evaluated the test to check which are all the questions that you have gone right, which are all the questions that you have gone wrong. Now, don't go to the synopsis and again read for those questions where you have gone right. You should just focus on those questions where you have gone wrong. And even on those questions where you have gone wrong, there will be many questions where you wouldn't have understood the question properly, you would have made a silly mistake, or you would have over-analyzed, for which you don't have to go back to the synopsis and read line by line. Just understand why you went wrong and correct that mistake. You will not go wrong again. So, in those questions where you have gone wrong, when you come across a new concept, or when you come across a concept where it is a recurring theme, only then you have to go to the synopsis and read it thoroughly. Otherwise, you don't have to read it thoroughly. You just understand the cause for that mistake, and don't worry about learning line by line what is there in the synopsis about that particular concept just because you went wrong. Now I understand that in the synopsis there will be a lot of new concepts that have been asked, and hence your mind will tell you to learn all those new concepts. Now understand very briefly, if that new concept overlaps with your recurring themes of your UPSC previous year question, then make sure that you read it properly, you develop depth. Now, if that new concept is not a recurring theme, then read it very briefly and just understand the superficial knowledge. Don't go and try to understand more depth in it, because UPSC will be asking at a very superficial level. It will not go into the depth if it is not a recurring theme. So use this as a principle whenever you go back to the synopsis and try to read something new. So overall guys, if you have taken a test for 2 hours, then you can maximum spend 1 hour on the synopsis, not more than that. If you are spending more than 1 hour, that means that you are just trying to substitute the synopsis, and that should not be the attitude. Synopsis can only complement and not substitute your basic knowledge. The last thing is, many students will start marking in their synopsis and start compiling all the synopsis, thinking that they can revise all these things at the end. It becomes too much for you to revise at the end. So when you are reading the synopsis, keep the last 15 to 20 minutes to transfer all the important new concepts from the synopsis to your notes, and make sure that whatever synopsis that you have done, you should throw that synopsis. You should never compile those synopsis, because you will not be able to revise. So keep this also as a rule in your mind when you are taking the mock test and then going to the synopsis. I hope it was helpful. Bye.